Hi guys, White Witch 110 here. Tonight we're going to craft with this one. That little birdie thing. This little bird, I think. Not sure. Possibly the dragonfly. Possibly. A bicycle. Possibly. Two different mushrooms. Yeah, possibly. I can hear you. And then maybe these little puffballs. Whatever. These are from that little bouquet. And the green. I thought that'd be cool. Now that yeah, I was gonna say I might change it to the green. We'll see. We shall see. I think I showed you this one finished. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, if I did, you're seeing it again. And this little bird. I really like this one for the bling. This one I really blinged it out. More so than the first one. I'm finding my bling. Okay. So while we're waiting for this glue gun to heat up. Whoops. There I go. I thought I would tell you, since I haven't told you much about anything lately, about something that I remember as a kid or teenager. Now I don't even know why this came to my mind this morning, but it did. Waiting for the O train. And I was considering messaging a couple of my friends to see if they remembered if it was called what I thought it was. But I Googled, and Google told me I was right. It was called Caravan. And this was in Toronto, where I lived. Now, this celebration was born out of an event held in 1964 at the Canadian National Exhibition. Nation builders spotlighted the many ethnic groups in the city. In 1968, Canadiana Week was introduced with a budget of $14,000 for a week-long celebration. This event was held at Nathan Phillips Square in front of the new Toronto City Hall. It was held the last week of June as a run-up to Dominion Day, which is now known as Canada Day. Among performers were French, Greek, Japanese, and German. In 1969, the incorporation of food to the event proved a more successful celebration. With this, it became an annual citywide festival. The hosting countries set up decorations, food, and entertainment in banquet halls, church basements, and community centers. The host country was responsible for assuring city fire codes, health codes, and traffic were met. They required sufficient staff to handle visitors to their pavilion. Successful pavilions could clear $10,000 for the 9-day event. The charge was $2 entry, and there was a passport given to each person that they would have stamped upon visiting a pavilion. Now, we had a church by our school that was one of the pavilions, and there was also, I believe it was the Ukrainian Hall on Christie Street that was used as the pavilion, one of the pavilions. 100,000 people, organizers estimated, enjoyed the festival. A massive concert was held on Bay Street, which is downtown, by City Hall. The people celebrated the conclusion of the event dancing to a West Indian band. A large older crowd joined square dancers in the square out in front of the City Hall, which is Nathan Phillips Square. My aunt and uncle were avid square dancers, so I have no doubt that they were part of that. Teenagers formed a circle and sang "O Canada" with their hands up in V shape for victory. The event was a true success. The mayor at that time was William Dennison, and he declared it was the greatest celebration in Canadian history at that time. In 1970, 400,000 people attended the festival. By the mid-70s, there were more than 50 participants and close to 2 million visitors each year. Soon, other Canadian cities like Winnipeg and Kingston were borrowing the idea. Even U.S. cities like Washington, Miami, Denver, and New York had an interest in what was going on in Toronto. Busloads of people from Buffalo and Detroit were coming up for the festival. Some visitors attended dressed in their national costumes. Each pavilion had a representative for their country, normally a woman with a sash saying Miss whatever country it would be, and they were also known as princesses. This broke down the stereotypes, bringing the city together. People got to know one another. In 1985, the event was said to recapture youth for the older immigrants. It brought memories of when they were young. By the 1990s, coverage of the festival began to wane. In 1994, there were claims of commercialization. It was said by one paper to be for the people outside of Toronto, since every day Torontonians could sample food from around the world. By 1997, the number of pavilions decreased to 31. In 2003, SARS dropped Toronto's tourism figures, and in 2004, the mayor at that time, David Crombie, remarked that Caravan became the city. Every day you can celebrate the diversity of the multicultural Toronto. Shortly after, the festival dissolved. I remember it. I don't think I ever went to it. Maybe I did. I really cannot recall. Okay, now we'll get to, whoa. Now we'll get to this. Move this other stuff off. How it was everybody's day. Oh, I need glue. Ours was okay. It was nice to go to work in a lighter coat. Mind you, I had a sweat jacket on underneath. But what the heck is that? But it was nice. I had my jacket open. So I think we're on the upswing now for our temperatures. I mean, heck, we should. We're going into May now. And where we would usually have the Tulip Festival, that will not be happening this year. I'm wondering. Ooh. Okay. I'm just noticing something. I should have maybe put this on the lip underneath. But we'll see. We shall see. It's still nice and sunny out right now, which is great. I had a pigeon on the balcony. I don't think they know that they've been evicted now. Let's see. No. See, now I don't like that, but I don't think, oh, no. Although it wasn't in the plan, I do have a plan for that now. Hey, let go of my finger. Okay. I can put, even though I wasn't going to put bling, I can put some bling on this, right under there. Possibly. Okay. Now, I had thought to put bicycle here. I like that's kind of cute. Kind of cute. These ones, the leaves aren't out as much. Okay. I basically look at it and then go, maybe that's what I should do. And that's what I did. Okay. So I was thinking, get this stuff off of here. I was thinking of putting some of these in here, but now I don't know. Go. I don't think so. No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. If anything, okay, here we are. I don't want to use those. I'll use this. It's like I was going to say, if anything, no. I'm so confused. No, definitely not. Okay. Let's do this. Woo! It's a ghost. No, it's not. We've seen one of the gentlemen that hasn't been at work for a month and a half came in today. It was like, oh my gosh, hi, how are you? How have you been? That was us. Well, that was me saying that to him. He seemed kind of surprised that we were still working. I don't really get that, but what the heck? Somebody has to. Okay. Now, this is where I think. Okay, I'm going to put you there, but do I need something else? Where'd it go? This is big. This is very big. That's way too big. Look, they didn't even cut it good. Whoops, wrong scissors. Wrong scissors. So if I did that, okay. So I'm not really a frou-frou type of person, but sometimes I guess it's okay. Be a little like that. Okay. There. Whoops. There. I always put this up too high that you guys can't see. What the heck is my problem? And then I was thinking for the back, maybe those two. Okay, let me ponder on that. While I'm thinking about it, I will tell you about another happening thing from Toronto, which when I was there was known as Carabana. It is now known as the Toronto Caribbean Carnival. In 1967, in honor of Canada's centennial, the Caribbean community paid tribute with Carabana. This name was a combination of Caribbean and Canada. Caribbean Cultural Committee, a non-profit, ran the festival event every August. 1.3 million visitors attend each year, and the overall attendance reaches 2 million. It brings in over 400 million to the economy of the province of Ontario. In 1992, the festival was in debt to the city for money it had borrowed. Usually, the money was paid back after the event. After this event, the city forgave the debt. In 1993, Caravana visitors were asked to bring a can of food to the festival in aid of the local food bank. Also in 1993, they fired the operating chief of the event. September 2004, Council General of Trinidad and Tobago worked closely with Caribbean Cultural Committee. Through the business community, $1 million was received from national, provincial, and city governments, although the festival cost twice as much. In 2006, the committee had financial trouble again. The City of Toronto government cut funding until the committee could get their finances in order. A dispute over ownership of the festival name brought about the change to the Toronto Caribbean Carnival. In 2010, the Festival Management Committee took over the running of the event. And in 2019, the name of the festival became, the names, oh my gosh, that's both, became Cultural Heritage Property. April 9th, 2020, the official announcement came that this year's festival will be canceled due to the virus. Festival events are Parade of Bands, Taste of Caribbean Life with exhibits, and plays. Parade of Bands is the final event on the civic holiday weekend at the beginning of August. Costume dancers and live music bring the streets alive. There is a competition for the best band. Work on costumes begins shortly after the festival is over. Since 1991, the parade goes along Lakeshore Boulevard to the exhibition grounds. The king and queen of the festival are chosen from all band leaders at a competition on stage. There is also a junior carnival parade, and that has been held since the 1990s. The juniors also compete in bands and costumes. Whoops. Almost lost my papers there. That's pretty cool. Don't you think? Don't you think? I thought so. Okay, just grabbing out some other stuff. Checking the time. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. I will put the little... Oy, oy, oy. Oops. Does anybody watch 90 Day Fiancé Pillow Talk? That program keeps me in stitches. Hearing what the other ones have to say. Oh my goodness, it does. I don't know. I don't think I like that one. So we're going to go with this one. I don't like that new. I don't like the new one. But I like that one. Whoa. That was a big... Yeah. This is too cartoonish for me. There we go. Where are you? Oh, the last one. Or should I? No. See? Just a second. Nope, I don't want that there. That seems kind of random, but that's pretty. That's cute. Little bicyclette. That looks really out of place. Okay, let's see if I can... Ooh, I just killed it. Hang on. Okay. I took it off and I put another flower. Now I'll put the dragonfly. Because I thought, yeah, go for it. So I'll put the dragonfly right there. Okay. In there. I'm so stuck on my bling one, though. That's all I can think of is the bling. So that's it for right now, unless I decide to put something else. So for the moment, we'll call this done. But not 100%. Not 100%. Oops. All you can see is that, right? There. Okay. So there's that one. That can go there. I love this one. Love it. Okay. Now, I do have some haunted for you this evening. Definitely I do. There's those two. They're kind of alike. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So the first haunted I'm going to tell you about is Chateau Frontenac in Old Quebec City. The hotel was designed by Bruce Price. It was built by the Canadian Pacific Railway. It is managed by Fairmont Hotels and Resorts. It opened December 18th, 1893. It was the tallest building in Quebec from 1924 to 1930. It is named after Louis de, I don't know how you say that, Buade de Frontenac. He was Governor General of New France from 1672 to 1682, and then again 1689 to 1698. It has 611 rooms, 4 restaurants, over 18 floors. The hotel has expanded 3 times, the last being in 1993. It was designated a National Historic Site of Canada in 1981. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. In World War II, Allies met at the hotel to discuss strategies. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and William Lyon Mackenzie King were the gentlemen who discussed the strategies. 1953, the hotel was used for Alfred Hitchcock's movie Confess for the final scene. And June 14th, 1993, Canada Post issued a stamp in honor of the hotel. 2001, it was sold to Legacy REIT for $185 million. At this time, it was renamed Fairmont La Chateau Frontenac that November. In 2011, it was sold to Ivanhoe Cambridge, who invested $9 million into restorations and invested $66 million in general improvements and renovations. It is said that Louis de Frontenac haunts the hotel. He passed away while his fiancée was in Europe. The 17th century Governor General has been seen sitting on a windowsill in period clothing. He has also been reported walking the hallways in search of his fiancée, and also he has been seen in the ballroom. And there are claims that he has been seen staring at guests while they're sleeping, and then they wake up feeling that. A long-haired woman in a white nightgown has also been reported being seen throughout the hotel. She is claimed to climb into bed with guests. I don't think that would be too comfortable. Our next haunted location is Mount Pleasant Cemetery in Toronto. It opened November 4th, 1876, and it is 202 acres. It was placed on the National Historic Site of Canada list in 2000. It has walking paths, fountains, botanical garden, and rare trees within its 202 acres. The original landscaping was done by German-born Henry Adolf Engelhardt. More than 168,000 people are buried there. Notable people are Timothy Eaton from Eaton's Department Stores, 1834 to 1907, Hart Massey from Massey Ferguson, 1823 to 1896, William McMaster, McMaster University, 1811 to 1887, Robert Simpson from the Simpson Department Store, 1834 to 1897, and George Weston Bakeries, 1864 to 1924, and Bobby Gimby, who wrote the song for Expo 67, 1918 to 1998, and also former Prime Minister William Lyon Mackenzie King is buried there, 1874 to 1950. Survivors of the Titanic, Arthur Godfrey, I'm going to spell the last name, Peuchen, 1859 to 1929. He was a lieutenant colonel, World War I veteran. And Ethel Flora Fortune, first-class passenger on the Titanic, 1883 to 1961. Actress Barbara Hamilton, 1926 to 1996. And murder victim, 11-year-old Alison Perrott. Anybody from Toronto will recognize that name. Now, memorials for 118 lives lost in a fire on the SS Noronha, September 17, 1949. 167 lives of Salvation Army, what would they be, followers, in the sinking of the Empress of Ireland, May 29, 1914. 109 lives due to the crash of the Air Canada Flight 621, July 5, 1970. And there's a children's garden in remembrance of stillborn and children without parents. 2 soldiers killed in 1912 returning from training, and the monument is also a monument for the 48th Highlanders of Canada, veterans and war dead from the South African War. An employee reported being pushed from a lawn tractor by unseen hands. Voices and unexplained noises are heard throughout the 202 acres. Shadowy figures are reported roaming among the graves, and objects tend to disappear. Electronic devices are known to malfunction throughout the grounds, and people claim to feel uneasy and fearful. And there are also strange lights that have been seen in patterns in the evening. So those are our hauntings for this evening. Hope you enjoyed those. And the facts for this evening. So, to my loyal subscribers, thank you for coming by. Always appreciate it. Love you much. If you're just coming through to see what's happening, by all means, check out my other videos. Give them a thumbs up if you should like to. Comment. I get back to it. I'll get back to you. Share out if you think anybody else would be interested. Subscribe and hit that notification bell should you feel to. And until the next time, ciao for now.